Hey, welcome back to Fireside Bourbon, and we are going to do a flight test today, taste test, and we've our sheet all set up for it here. We also have a behind-the-scenes camera that is going to show you this at the end. I'm going to tie in some others, but we've got in a single barrel Eagle Rare store pick from Cork and Bottle Barrel Select. This is from our buddy. Sent it to us as a gift, Leprechaun Miller on TikTok. If you're not following him, please go over there and follow him. You can also go find him on Instagram. He's there. Then from Break Alchemy on TikTok, we won a contest and got 3 handshakes. And this is from Sammy's Bar and Grill, Eagle Rare single barrels. And we are going to flight test and compare each of these. This is Palace Liquor Depot. And this is 89 Liquors. Now, you can follow Mr. Break Alchemy over there on TikTok. I believe he's also on IG. And so you'll be able to check him out there and give him a follow. These are our cheat cards, our flavor wheel we use as cards. And we've got them set up based on our wheel on the notes. Of course, the left side here is the left side of our wheel. Off notes, organic, sweets, and textiles. And then on the right side, we have our grain notes, our fruits, our woods, and our nuts. And this, of course, is sensory components. Then we also have our flavors from toasted, what we get from the toast from a barrel. And, of course, different ones there that we can go back and forth and look at. And then, of course, is our oak, what the oak actually gives us. So from the char, from the oak, from the toast, these are the flavors that we get. Now, granted, they can be a lot more than that, not just limited to that. But anyway, so we are going to get into this, and as we do, we will come back and share what we're getting. But also, this is a fresh crack, so we want to fresh crack all of these. And this here is the full bottle of the Eagle Rare 10-year. They're all 10-year. All coming in at 90 proof. Here we go. Okay, that wasn't a great crack, but we'll accept it. We got a synthetic cork there. It's going to do what it can do. So we just want to put a little bit in each glass here. And see what we're getting on each of these. So first cracking each of these. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to work to get our viscosity. So going after the viscosity, this is the bottle from our buddy Leprechaun Miller from Cork and Bottle, their pick. I'm just going to get this to go around the glass here. Give it a swirl. Legs are beginning to build already within just a couple seconds. I would guess, yeah, we're going to be about 5 to 6 seconds as the runners begin. And slowly heading down. This is oily, folks. This is very oily. Got a beautiful golden color on that. Real nice gold. These all are very similar in color. You can see just how similar they are. It's very similar. But anyway, so what we're going to do first, we're going to write what kind of viscosity we're getting from that. And we are getting great viscosity from this first one. It's very oily, very slow runners. Building a secondary already. Good 30-some seconds in. Looking great. So we have definitely got a high viscosity there. So we're going to write that on there. Of course, this is mash bill number 1 according to Buffalo Trace, and it is considered or believed to be a low rye, less than 10%. So we expect a very sweet flavor coming off of that. Okay, so we're going to get into our second one here. Give that a swirl around the glass. Coat that. These are building a little quicker. Oh, lots of them just everywhere running. Oh, yeah. Lots of them everywhere. Then 5 seconds to 7 seconds, we're already reaching the bottom of the glass. Secondaries are building already, so we're probably about 10 seconds in. So a little less viscosity. I would call it a medium viscosity on the Sammy's Bar and Grill. And then we're going over here to the Palace Liquor Depot. Give that a good swirl. Build the legs, just numerous legs everywhere. Real slow on this one. Real slow. Our first runners are heading down the glass on this side. This side is real slow. Much thicker on this one than the last. And maybe a little thicker on the than the cork and bottle there. Offering. There we go. Finally hitting the bottom of the glass. We're probably good 15 seconds in now. Yes, beautiful. So we definitely have more of a high viscosity there. Much thicker. Much more oily. And finally, our last one is the 89 liquors. Get that around the glass. Give it a good swirl. Oh yeah, these are running much quicker. And this is going to be more of a medium viscosity. I'll hit the bottom of the glass in seconds, probably 5 to 7 seconds. But still, there's still a lot of slow runners on it. It's definitely a medium high viscosity on that. Very nice. We won't call it a medium high anyway. Okay, so that's that one. Now let's look at these colors. Like I said, a beautiful dark golden color. That's what we're going to call this. It's a nice dark gold, almost a. And I do a range. I don't just. So I do it. It'll be between a dark and a medium gold color. That's how I do it. And I grabbed the wrong pen for that. Use the marker for that. There we go. Second one, just almost identical. I mean, I'm gonna call it identical. It's not much difference. So a good medium to dark gold color on the Palace Liquor Depot. It's a touch lighter, not much. But we are a little lighter, more toward a honey. So we are going to push that back a little, get toward that honey look, and to a light medium gold there. And then on the 89 liquors, we are definitely darker on it. We are more close to the other glasses there. So we're gonna go right back up. Okay. Now, these are, of course, products of Buffalo Trace. They are all bourbon, so they are all at least 51% corn. So our primary grain is corn. Of course, we also have rye, so I check mark the corn and the rye. There's our color there, and check mark the rye has the secondary there, and then the corn, of course, the primary. And you see this one's a little lighter here, but that's what we do with those. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to start testing these, tasting them, and seeing what we get. Okay, so we're going to start thinking about off notes. With off notes, we're going to be thinking about things like musty smells, tar, burnt rubber, rancid oil, vinegar, gasoline, maybe wet dog, some acetone, maybe some cooked cabbage. And really, it's just not to get a little ethanol there. A little ethanol coming off of that. But we're not getting a whole lot of other off notes. Maybe a little musky, just a touch. But not bad at all. So what we do is we'll mark down here. It's got a low on our wheel. We'll do a low off note. It's just not strong at all. Let's while we're doing that, let's go ahead and do the next one. This is the Sammy's Bar and Grill. Definitely get a little more acetone on that. A little rubber, a little burnt rubber coming off of there. Just a touch more, not a lot. Just got a little bit more of an off note on that, but also very oily coming across. Okay, so the Palace Liquor Depot. I definitely get the main notes right away on that. Oh, it's got a lot of sweet notes, a lot of fruit coming off there. But let's focus on our off notes. That's what we're looking for. We're wanting to look at our off notes. We get a lot of off notes from the oak. The oak's going to give us a lot of that tannic note. Getting some rubber off of that one. A little bit of acetone. A little bit of musty smell. Not a lot. Not a lot. These are real similar. Very, very similar to each other. Not much changing on that. Well, a lot of candy smell coming off there. Okay, let's get focused here. A slight hint of a musty note. That is it. We're not getting anything greater than that. I mean, this is a very low off note for me on this 89 liquors pick. Okay. So we're going to shut this down for a bit. I'm going to start running through these, and we'll be back after I get through my aromas and start the tasting. Okay, so we've got the aroma testing done. And you can see they're just very similar. This product is very similar. That is probably the biggest difference right there. A lot less textile there. Not a lot of the nuts. Not as much of the aroma coming through. You see some difference in that there, and that last one there. Now we're going to get into the tasting notes, and then we're going to start looking for the differences in the tasting notes so that we can compare and then rate a numerical rating of what we think out of 10 10 being our absolute favorite, and of course 0 being that we hate it. So we're going to get into that next, and we're going to see where we get on that. Okay, I have finished my tasting, and this is the palette. Balance is very similar on this cork and bottle expression. That came from my buddy Leprechaun Miller. Balance is quite a bit different on this expression from Sammy's Bar and Grill. That's the first one from Break Alchemy. All 3 of these handshakes are from Mr. Break Alchemy on TikTok. But you can see the difference in the balances between the nose and the palate. Much different, quite a bit of difference there. It's similar pattern shape. It's just a lot less on the palate than the nose. The nose got a lot, but I will tell you, I think that the nose got a lot better notes than the palate did on all of them. But again, they're similar. This is very balanced here. A little lower balance here, quite a bit less balance there, and just a touch there. On the palettes, I got such like apple molasses, some rice spice, some oak, some almond there. On that, a lot of corn and rye grain here, some apple, peach. It's a very fruity palette there. It's fruity on the nose too, so I'm not shocked. A lot of hot cinnamon came out on this one. Again, a lot of hot cinnamon on this one. Another fruity, a lot of stone fruit on this one. Definitely some dark fruit coming out. Apple, hazelnut came out. Some hot cinnamon, some leather notes. This is very candied on this 89 liquor. Candy nose, very creamy on the mouth, medium finish there. Again, a real close balance there. But I got a lot of apple pie. I got creamy cotton candy, some creamy oak, vanilla, some molasses, just a lot of candy notes there. I have not give a rating yet because my ratings are so similar that and I have what I think is my favorite. What I have done is I went ahead and numbered my glasses, and I asked my daughter to come in here, and she mixed them up, and we are going to blind them right now. So here we go. And we're just going to pick from it. I've got my notepad set up here with my, I'm going to give it a number rating, each of them, and then I'm going to go from that. I know I'm not going to go pull these out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go pull these out. The similarities are so close. So close. Very close. Much hotter cinnamon on that one. More oak on that one. One more time through. Okay, so number 2 right here, and this glass is going to be my favorite. And that is number 2, exactly. And I am going to rate it definitely an 8 out of 10 on it. Definitely an 8 out of 10. It is definitely my favorite. Number 2. Number 2 is going to be Sammy's Bar and Grill, which actually shocks me because I got such a difference in the balance of it. But the grain notes are hitting on it, and I guess that's just pulling out with the sweetness, the sweet notes. So Sammy's Bar and Grill is going to be my first choice. My second is going to be this glass that was in the 4th place, which is number 4, and that is the cotton candy one. I honestly expected that to be my favorite. I actually enjoyed the creamy cotton candy notes, and I was getting them, but by the time I got to it, I wasn't getting it as strong, but it was definitely much sweeter, and we are definitely going to rate it. Let's go with 7.8. Let's go with 7.8 out of 10 on it, because out of fairness, I definitely did like that one better on the palate. My third one was a tie. I'm going to have to say this is my third, and this is number one. Well, she just put them all right back in order and fooled me totally. Definitely going to go a 7.7 on that. Very good. Very enjoyable. So that is going to be the cork and bottle. This one here. And on that blind, it was much sweeter. I don't know though. I got apple molasses, some almonds, so it's definitely sweet. But the spice was kicking in, the oak and the leather. I was getting a lot of on that one. And so the last one is going to be the Palace Liquor Depot. And definitely got a lot more hot cinnamon and leather notes. That's the stone fruit, the hazelnut, and I'm not a big hazelnut fan. And I'm going to put that at a 7.5 out of 10. So that's going to be my rating system on there. Number one is going to be a 7.7. Number two is going to be an 8. Number three is a 7.5. And number 4 is a 7.8. And I'll tell you, those are just really close to what I was thinking on them all. I was between a 7.5 to an 8 on all of them. And so that is exactly where I am on that one. There you have it. Eagle Rear store picks, 4 different expressions, 4 different stores, 4 different barrels, and 2 different brothers on TikTok that took care of me and helped me get these. I really appreciate that. So that's going to be our rating on those, and that's where we're going to be. Folks, that's how I do it. That's my flight testing. That's the whole process. I will have the whole process loaded up on the YouTube over at capital F Fireside_bourbon. Go check it out. I will also have these set up on some different videos on TikTok and IG. And you can find us there on Fireside_bourbon also. So, till the next time, folks, you know me. I'm only here for a good bourbon whiskey.